need an invitation. I already know what you're saying. I love a little conversations, and I don't want you to go changing. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable and let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Situation. We don't spend time hesitating, and I wouldn't say we're crazy in love. I would just say we're crazy enough. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable and let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Slow it down. Jeans on when we hit the town. We don't really care who's around. But baby, I'm with you if you gon' be down. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too. You're so comfortable. Cause girl, you're comfortable. It just feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. That's true. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me catch you on the cold air. I don't know what you do. Yeah. Let me get you on a Kodak.
Experience tranquility.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tranquility as we have ourselves a great series tonight here in the Harmony tier between the Geometric Squad and Koala Kings. They both come into this one 2-0 on the season, and this is a rematch of the Season 9 Grand Finals. I am Dex, joined tonight by Nighthawk. Man, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing good. I'm excited for this match here tonight. I know coming into this one that these two teams are really good, and there's a lot of backstory to this one as well.
Yeah, so looking at both rosters, there's only actually one player from each team returning from the Season 9 Grand Finals. From Geometric, you have Churd returning, and from Koala Kings, you have Ogun, which he changed his battle take. He was originally known as Drowsy. However, this is kind of a KK friendly reunion because Geometric went and poached Sign Up, Igglybuff, and Pomku, who were originally on the Season 9 winning roster from last season.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. Both these teams coming into this one, I believe, in the top 8 here for this tier. So not only are they 2-0, they're also rated as some of the best teams in this tier. But we do know which map we will be heading to first. We'll be heading to the control point map of Ilios.
Yeah, and Ilios, great control map. Both teams, from what I've seen, really favor Brawl unlike Control, which is why you'll see Red Knight, who is really good at Reinhardt on KK. Pomku originally was a DPS player for KK, but he's now on Tank for Geometric. Haven't really seen much of his Reinhardt, so we'll see how he matches up against Red Knight.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how these players play, especially like how you've been saying. It essentially is a little bit of a homecoming match for everyone on Geometric who was on the Koala Kings last year. And for those new players to the Koala Kings, they have to know that this is a matchup that's becoming a little bit of a rivalry at this point.
Yeah, so I think Geo joined Trank, I believe, in Season 8, and that actually had some players of KK as well back then. So it's kind of been a rivalry between Geo and KK since Season 8, since Wooly, who played for KK, I believe, in Season 7, is like the main person around the Geo org and when they joined in Season 8. So both these teams have kind of had that rivalry since then. They actually finally met in the Grand Finals last season, and KK did take it 4-2. So we'll see if Geo can beat KK this time.
Yeah, but looks like we are finally heading into the map right now. And I was going to talk about, what we expected to see here. But Hawk, is this kind of what you expect to see, at least from Ruins here?
Yeah, the only thing I don't really get is, well, some teams do run the Bastion because if you punish over aggression with Reinhardt with Bastion, blow up his shield, he's pretty much dead. However, KK running the Tracer is a big question. However, KK's not even running Brawl. They're running kind of a more dive-ish comp with the Winston instead of the Reinhardt. So they're just looking to punish anybody that's out of position.
Yeah, and I do like the Koala Kings coming out with this like sort of faux die comp right now. But it's gonna be really interesting to see how they play into sign up here on that Bastion. You already see them go into that turret form there. It's gonna be a lot of damage coming out right now. And so far, it seems like Geometric has been able to give themselves and just provide a lot of space. However, first kill goes to Kompu there onto Red Knight, followed up by a kill onto Scythe as well. Geometric should be able to cap a point here first. Kaden, though, able to take care of sign up there on the back line, but eventually will fall there to Churd.
Yeah, and you already see Red Knight switching to Reinhardt because back in Overwatch 1 even, Winston was horrible against Reinhardt because he just didn't have enough damage or brawl potential and was easily just kind of swung to the side by Ryan. So good switch coming from Ryan. Kaden is staying on that Tracer, however, so probably because they're close to that pulse bomb.
Yeah, they almost got their pulse bomb really quick in that one team fight. I imagine, like you said, it's gonna probably be a swap off here after they use it, and you immediately see everyone here on Geometric just straight W key into the Koala Kings here. Sign up, able to find Red Knight. The pulse bomb does come out, but only takes care of that immortality field. However, one kill going each way after that, and it does look like the Koala Kings here looked like they were backing up. However, with that kill there from Scythe, they might try to commit a little bit to this point. However, it's just Caden on point. Cameron here to help out as well, but just supports against the entirety of Geometric at the moment. They're doing a good job staying alive here, but you see Church take care of Cameron. Oh, and Red Knight able to charge back in. They charge into a charging Pumpku as well, but it just ends up going like that. But a shatter coming out here from Pumpku, able to find 2 there. They're able to convert 2 kills off that the Lucio there for Geometric, able to take care of Caden, and again, Geometric just winning another team fight here.
Yeah, I think KK, they sensed blood in the water when they got the pick on the Uno, because that's their main heal's gone. However, Red Knight had fallen. If you lose your tank, you should just back the heck out, because you're not going to win the fight at least 90% of the time with your tank down.
Blizzard coming out here early by Chur. Does have a couple of members of Koala Kings stuck in there already. 1 taking on Make It 2. Red Knight out of this one. And like you said, they might have to fall back because of their tank falling there, but the percentage already up so high for Geometric that they have to continue attacking here. Cameron falls. Now, again, it's really just up to Caden on this Tracer to try to stall out on point as long as they can. You're going to see him blink here and then blink back off point. Scythe gets taken out by Igglebop there, and then Uno takes care of Caden. However, we do see Red Knight come back, and they have that shatter ready to go. Immediately gets blocked though by Pumpku, and now the Mortar Strike here coming out from Signup. High Noon now coming out from Cameron. Signup able to find 1 with a Mortar Strike and kill. Just continue to go the way of Geometric, and at this point ends in a 100-0 to Geometric. A good start by them.
Yeah, and I think that all came down to KK. They probably would have had at least 2 more fights if they just pulled out, if they just backed off when Red Knight fell. But however, with Cameron, Caden, Red Knight, all the players just staggering in, that gave Geometric about 30% in point progress, and by the time KK had already spawned back in, it was already up to 80, and they're pretty much in a panic rush just to touch.
Yeah, but now we go over here to, well, honestly, I'm not surprised with the picks coming out. I'm honestly a little surprised to see Signup sticking on the Bastion. However, they did find a lot of value with the pick last round. So, again, not necessarily shocked that they're sticking with them.
Yeah, I think that Geo must have scouted or that Red Knight is a pretty aggressive Reinhardt, so I think they were looking to punish Red Knight's aggression with the current form of Bastion, which can still shred Reinhardt pretty easily.
Yeah, but you immediately see Caden there on the junk right now, getting the shield down for Pumpku, a very, very low, but Signup able to find Red Knight here to start out. Now they're going after Cameron, able to take care of Caden there, my bad. But again, Geometric just kind of picking up where they left off there on Bruins, already able to cap point first. And you see the members of Koala Kings here immediately running to fall back.
Yeah, and I would honestly like to... Caden, I think, is on the jump ramp for more of the shield break and also the spam, but Churt on the May has been a silent contributor, just walling off Red Knight constantly, and then just that's easier for Sign to blow him up. So, if Koala Kings, I would mirror the May, because that's kind of been the bane of your existence at this point as well.
Yeah, but right now Pumpku doing a lot of damage. Whether the damage which is coming out here from Geometric, you immediately see Signup just try to get as much use out of it as they can. Everyone on the Koala Kings though is smartly hiding behind a wall, because that would be a very, very dangerous thing to walk in front of. However, Igglebop able to find Caden to start things off here. Ogun pops their own damage matrix. Cameron able to find Signup off of that one right there. Koala Kings do finally find 1 pick here, but it's an even fight at the moment. Wall comes up here from Churd. Red Knight able to punish Churd for that wall, able to keep themselves alive. Shatter now coming out here from Pumpku, able to find a couple. Igglebop finds 1, make it 2 members of the Koala Kings. The Shatter then comes out from Red Knight. The tire from Caden finds 2. That immediately turns that fight around into the Koala Kings' favor.
Yeah, every fight has been super even, showing both these teams are not giving it an inch of space to each other. All fights have been pretty scrappy. Cameron has switched to the Bastion, so they're opting to mirror the Bastion look, saying that if it can work for Geo, it can work for them.
Yeah, and I like this swap. We have seen Pumpku be very, very aggressive on the Rhine, so it's kind of the same thing why you thought Signup was sticking on here. It's just very aggressive Rhine plays coming up, but Churd immediately takes care of Cameron there, so no Bastion. Also Red Knight out there taken out by Pumpku, and now just Geometric continues just to roll through this fight, taking out the last couple members of the Koala Kings there and easily flipping the point back in their favor.
Yeah, and this comes back to Caden I would like to see play the Mei, because if you have the Mei, you can set the tempo. And if you have tempo control, you're going to win most of the time. KK is relying on just spam damage, and that's not really going to work in Brawl, because the Ryan wants to be up in the face, but he can easily get walled off by the Mei.
Blizzard here coming out from Chur. They immediately lose their life to Red Knight here, but look at that, one kill coming out. Sign-Up actually kills themselves there. However, Pomku able to find Ogun, keeping these things even for the moment. Red Knight, though, able to charge, into the wall. Pomku dies there to Kaden, and we do see the Koala Kings re-flip the point. Iggledy though, able to get one kill there onto Red Knight. Now Pride just looking to get themselves away from this point.
Yeah, and the rest of Geo will spawn a little bit faster than Red Knight, so if they play it correctly, they can just rush the rest of the players that are still on the point, because Geo has done a great job of just out-tempoing KK this whole entire map.
Shatter comes out there for Pomku. I thought Red Knight had their shield down, but apparently it wasn't. Cameron, though, keeping the Koala Kings in this one right here. Iggledy, though, able to find Cameron. Ogun comes right back, finds Shirt. Sign-Up finds Ogun right back. Now the tire from Kaden, which was huge last time it came out, able to find Snuff. Now it is just, I believe, against Kaden on point, and Kaden able to win that one right there, as just decides to fall back and regroup with their tank.
Yeah, and KK can probably turn this now, because they do have Red Knight Shatter, and they also have that artillery strike from Cameron. Geo infested all the ults they had into that last fight, trying to flip the point, trying to get the map win. So they either have to take a dry fight and then play for a last fight, or fade out the ultimates that KK has.
They're immediately getting stuck here in Caden's trap here. Now here comes the mortar strike from Cameron. Iggledy, though, able to find Red Knight here. However, Ogun able to find Pomku right back, so no Rhines in this fight. It's a pretty even fight. Sure, though, able to find Cameron. That might give Geometrical a little bit of an advantage here. Caden throwing their mines, and they're trying to get as much disruption as they possibly can right now as the team fight continues to go on, and looks like we're going to have a pause here for a moment.
Looking at both these teams, this is why this was the grand finals last season. Both these teams are incredibly even, and it looks like Cameron DC'd. That's why the pause was called.
Oh yeah, it looks like that is exactly what happened there. It's an unfortunate situation here for the Koala Kings, especially because they're the ones currently holding on to the point at this moment. So being down, one player might be something that is a little bit tough to come back from. However, holding the point, all they really have to do is try to stall out as long as they possibly can.
They have to stall as long as they can, and luckily for KK, Cameron DC'd after he used his ult, so the artillery strike is off the board, which is what he used in that previous fight. Both Ryans were down at the time too, so Red Knight will have a slightly faster spawn back because he died a little bit earlier than Pomku did. But losing that DPS presence, especially when Snop, I think, is still around on that Bastion, that might be a problem.
Yeah, and honestly, like, those Bastions have been very, very key so far on this map right here as well. And with Cameron DCing, that was the Bastion there for the Koala King. So not only are they down their tank, who's probably on their way back from spawn, they're now down their Bastion as well, which, in my opinion, gives the favor hugely over to the side of Geometric here.
Yeah, and it wasn't that big of a blow for Cameron DC because he had fallen in the fight already to, I believe, a couple icicles from Churd, so he was already running back probably from spawn when he DC'd, or he DC'd as he was respawning. Red Knight is on his way back as well, so is Pomku. So, but Geo just having more players. They also, I think, have that Blizzard and Ant Matrix coming up from their players as well. So those two ults, if they get it, can seal the fight.
Yeah, but looks like we're going to be heading back into the game now. Cameron back in the lobby. You immediately see them hopping over to the Tracer to try to get back to point as fast as they can. And Churd, maybe a little bit further away from that Blizzard than you initially thought. Red Knight, though, going to be a little bit aggressive here. They're going to pin Pomku to that wall right there. However, Scythe able to find Snop here, so no Bastion left up for Geometric. However, the damage matrix does come out. Clock has struck overtime here. Churd, though, able to take care of Red Knight. That gives Geometric a little bit of advantage here, especially having Pomku still up. Churd doing a lot of damage right now, making 3 straight kills from the Mei there of Churd. However, the beat does come out from Scythe. Now the Blizzard coming out from Churd, able to find Scythe. Scythe credited for all the kills so far this team fight. Can they make it 5? They will make it 5.
Yep, that's where it comes in. I don't know if there's like an internal decision making. KK, you might want to play the Mei. That was not intended to rhyme, but it did. But still, KK probably should look to play the Mei. Just because Geo is able to set the tempo with the Mei, they can't set the tempo with a Junkrat. It's showing, and KK just isn't. I don't think KK has played a team that actually has the level of aggression that Geo is showing. So they're probably a little caught off guard of currently how aggressive Konku is and how Yuno and Igglybuff can actually keep up with them to keep them up.
Yeah, and I agree with you with everything you just said there, but it just seemed like, it seemed like Koala Kings was actually able to adapt a little bit to that aggressiveness and kind of that pressure coming out from Geometric there, especially on Well. They made a little bit of a swap there. You saw the Rhine come out for them. You saw a Bastion come out for them, and they got a lot of value from those picks. They held on to the point for a very long time. Hell, it was a 99-99 point, so it could have gone either team's way there on Well. It was just Geometric was able to find a couple picks out there, especially just popping off on the Mei there towards the end.
Yeah, and that's why Ryan did get buffed in season 2, the season 2 drop. So in season 3, my bad. So Mei has kind of come back in. Also, Mei did get buffed because her ult activates a little bit faster. It's noticeable if you're caught in it, but from a observer's perspective, it doesn't look that as fast, but it freezes a little bit faster than normal, so it's harder to get out of that Mei Blizzard. Next map type is Hybrid, and it looks like KK has selected King's Row, so they're looking to continue the brawl, but I still would say you need that Mei. If Geo is getting that much success out of the Mei, you might want to consider it.
Yeah, but I've said it once about King's Row, and I'll continue to say it. Every team picks this map because they are most comfortable with it, and they feel like no matter what, this is a map that they can win. I feel like every team at this point is confident that if they're picking King's Row, they know they can win on it. So Koala Kings going into this one here must feel like they have some advantage over Geometric.
Yeah, and it might be that the Ilios is more of a wide open brawl map. King's Row, there's only a couple entry points to the first area. Streets phase is pretty narrow, same with third phase. So I'm thinking that if there's a map to maybe like do what KK did on Ilios, like run that Junkrat, run that Bastion, it is this map because there's only every choke point pretty much in this map is perfectly narrow for Junkrat just to spam mines in and get kills and just cause chaos with his conch mines and everything.
Yeah, but like I want to ask you this question: do you think maybe Koala Kings is picking this map, maybe to try to trick Geometric into something here? Maybe Geometric's gonna expect the brawl. Maybe they come out with something that's a little bit different, a little bit off the wall here. Could you see the Koala Kings potentially doing something like that?
I could see them doing that. I don't really know what they're used to. Like the strat they used to catch teams off guard back in Overwatch 1 was the Symmetra Bastion, or also known as the AC-130 strat, where you teleport the Bastion on top of the statue. I don't know. That doesn't really. It still can work, but you only have a limited time because Bastion does have that timer in his turret form than he did, where you just sit up there with a Sigma shield and just spam down. Pause has been called already from some side.
Looks like Churd's game crashed. So I imagine after the map preview ends, we'll be coming back to casters here. But I mean, we can continue to talk about what we think necessarily is going to happen on this map. I mean, we've seen King's Row once. We'll see it 100 more times here, especially if you continue to watch and play Overwatch. King's Row is going to show up eventually.
Yeah.
But it's known as Scrims Row. It's known as essentially the brawl map of all brawl maps in Overwatch. And that's why I kind of always think if a team is so built into playing a brawl or so expecting to playing a brawl on this map, maybe you could try to do something a little bit differently, but you really only have about 1 or 2 team fights to try that before you just kind of say screw it and go back to the traditional brawl comp for this map.
Yeah, and recently what's kind of surfaced is that teams are doing what's both KK and Geo did on Ilios, is to swap the Cassidy out for the Bastion. Just because Bastion provides more pressure, more damage, He has a pretty big aerial denial ult. It's not as good as like Wrecking Ball or Torbjorn, but like just coming off an area with artillery or like forcing defensive cooldowns out with that, and the grenade can displace. It does have a little bit of a knockback, so you can actually knock people off maps and knock people out of position with it. And that's what both teams are looking. Both teams are completely mirrored, and like I said, KK, they've added the Mei in instead of what they're running on Ilios.
And I mean, I feel like that was both the thing that me and you kind of agreed on, that it was probably not the smartest pick for them not to run the Brawl with the Mei. You saw how much Geometric got value out of the Mei through their walls and the Blizzard, and then just Churd being a little bit of a deadeye with the right click here. So a mirror match coming out here on King's Row is not necessarily a surprise for me, especially with how good Snop was on the Bastion in the first map.
Yeah, and it looked like the team was going to hold in Hotel, like to probably surprise, but Geo's holding a traditional spot. Some teams hold around statue, others hold where Geo's holding the back side of the hotel so they can rotate easier out. Especially with the Bastion, you probably want to hold back just because Konku's shield is already gotten shredded for the most part, so that's a big part of why you don't really want to run out of Bastion.
Yeah, but right now each team kind of playing around this statue right now. The grenade there does get stuck there onto Pumpkin, but no damage really coming from it right now. And now Koala King's trying to just, bait out someone on Geometric. Each team waiting for the other team to make the first mistake. Red Knight, though, able to find Iwudibop, but Yuno comes right back and finds Red Knight. Immortality Field's already down and out for both sides right now. And the damage matrix here already up for Geometric. And Koala King's popping their own one as well. Not in the best position. Sure, though, able to find that right click there on the site. And you might see a fallback here from the Koala Kings. Actually, though, with Red Knight progressing through the choke point, they're gonna come right back in this fight here. Shatter comes out from Pomku, doesn't necessarily find anyone, but sure, immediately finds Kaden, and you see Snop here just melting down Red Knight for another good team fight win for Geometric.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay. Scythe was still respawning, so they didn't have the speed of the Lucio or whatever, so Red Knight just came roaring back into a fight, had no way out. I like to call what KK is doing the San Francisco shock strat. It's like when you're a player down to try to invest more and more to try until you win the fight. There's a reason the Shock do that. They're Overwatch League team. This is obviously not Overwatch League, so...
Order Strike already coming out there from Snop. It finds one. They find a second one right after it. Pomku and Snop continue just to deal death to the Koala Kings here. A hammer being swung in front of their face, but instead it's Churd finding a headshot kill. They're on to Ogun. Already 2 minutes gone here for the Koala Kings, and they've struggled to get past the statue so far.
Yeah, and people on the Browns banter were saying that if Geo wanted a chance, they had to play faster than KK, and they're exactly doing that. They're playing out so fast that I don't think KK was expecting this level of aggression, because they're ulting first, they're engaging first, they're doing pretty much everything first, and that's just completely running KK over.
Yeah, but look at this. Koala Kings finally has an advantage here. They have a huge advantage now. The beat was forced out there by Igglybuff. Pomku's still up for them, able to find Cameron in that backline. Now they're trying to swing here at Kaden. Not going to be able to kill him there, but the Shattered is ready for Pomku here. They pop it, they find two with it, but there's too many members of the Koala Kings there that just it won't matter. Koala Kings win that team fight, and this would be the first point going over to them as well.
Yeah, it was like most of Geo's engagements have been clean. That one was a little bit disjointed, but Geo's doing a really good job because they're doing everything you need to do to beat a brawl. You have ult first, engage first, just be the faster team, be the tempo setter, and you'll win. And KK hasn't shown that they can do that, or they just are playing scared.
But you look at the Koala Kings right now at Arches, Geometric meeting them here, trying to hold them. Damage Resistance comes out first here from Geometric. Shatter comes out from Red Knight, does not find anyone. Instead, they find Icicle to the head there from Churd. And now Pomku able to find two with that Fire Strike. Count three if you want to count that Immortality Field. But just a nice play coming out there from Geometric. With the one ultimate they had ready, they won a team fight. And the added bonus of forcing out an ultimate, or not necessarily forcing out an ultimate, but Red Knight just was being hyper aggressive. Use their Shatter there.
Yeah, and I think if you're Koala Kings, Blizzard now. They won't expect it. There's no way to eat it. Walls out. Just you have to ult first. You have to be the person that engage, which is what great job here by KK finally realizing that they have to go first.
look at that. They're looking for the team kill. They're going to be able to find the team kill. Like you said, use that blizzard now. It's like Kaden heard you. They popped the blizzard. They popped that wall up, caught all 5 members of Geometric within the blizzard, and immediately killed 4. Iggledy Bop was the last one that was still up there. They were able to eventually take care of them, and now look at this, Koala Kings. I like when teams do this on Kings Row. They want to be a little bit aggressive, especially as this car is on its way to the second point.
Yeah, and of course, Hogan has that window. If they window this corner, it forces Geo even back further, or they can use Artillery Strike, which is a really big. Oh my goodness!
Huge shatter coming out from Pomku. It finds 4, but they're only able to find 1 kill off it just now. However, trades going out each way, still favoring Geometric here at the moment. Snop able to find Cameron in that Bastion duel, and that will pretty much end this team fight with another good one won here for Geometric off the back of 2 ultimates used. So, however, if you look at it right now, they're about to have 3 ready to go. Yeah,
Churd's about to have that blizzard. They're about to have both support outs as well. I think that was a misplay. Using the Artillery Strike, a team can speed past it. I'd rather see the Amp Matrix because that forces them backwards, not forwards. And it pretty much just if you're Geo, you can use the blizzard again, just completely flip the tempo.
However, damage matrix comes out from both sides, but it's the Koala Kings getting the most out of their damage matrix right there. Already finding 4. They just have to get rid of Churd here. They're not going to waste their blizzard in a losing fight right there, and that might just be all the Koala Kings need here to cap second point. Yeah, they're going to have about 2.5 minutes coming in to this point. Not the biggest time bank, but it's still doable. You just want to cap King. If you can cap King's Row, you want to give it above a minute, or worst case scenario, overtime. But above a minute's good because then you're at least guaranteed OT rounds if the team you're playing against gets the cap as well. Blizzard coming out here from Churd. It already freezes 3 right there. No one falls from as Sight does invest the beat into it, but Pomku able to charge Red Knight. They're off the map, and it just all starts to snowball from there. 3, 4, make it 5, make it a team kill for Geometric. Yeah, and Geo looks mad that they lost last season in the grand finals, and it's showing. KK, they still haven't shown, there's been glimpses of times where they set the tempo, but it's only been with ults, and you can just run at them and do what Geo's doing, which is just run at the team and just brawl. Look at this again, Geometric combos the shatter into the mortar strike there, immediately finds 2 kills off it, then 2 more kills right after it. It won't be enough for another team kill for Geometric here, but it is another good team fight won there by them before really a team fight even broke out. Yeah, and that's always what I've been saying. Geo's going first, KK's not. I wonder if KK is going to realize that and go first, which is looks like Red Knight wants to go first here because he's being pretty aggressive. Shatter, though, gets denied there by Pomku. The kills go the way of Geometric here. Now with Cameron there picking up a kill, it evens it out. Cameron gonna keep this fight pretty even right there, but Churd able to take care of Cameron, and again, Churd finds Ogun. Another team fight won here by Geometric. Less than a minute to go now, and the ultimate economy is kind of favoring Geometric here at the moment. Yeah, Geo has been doing a really good job of rotating their ults. KK have kind of been using them to win fights, or just throwing them and hoping for the best. Caden has the blizzard, but At Matrix comes out, which is going to slow down the engage already because they're already split up. 3 players are stuck, and then Red Knight and the May are stuck in the mega room area, or mini room. Oh, but Caden finds a nice right click there on the Church. The damage matrix comes out here from Ogun. And look at all the death coming out here from the Koala Kings. You do see the charge come out there from Pomku onto Cameron. However, they eventually do lose their life there. And now, Koala Kings has a little bit of momentum here. However, we will go into overtime, and all they really have to play with going into this next fight is that blizzard from Caden. Yeah, but if they can get that blizzard up before Churd, they can probably get the cart a little bit further. Nice block out from Red Knight. There goes the blizzard. I don't think there's really anyone frozen. Actually, no, Iggledy Bop is the only one frozen in it, but they use the beat before then to keep themselves alive. Red Knight able to take care of Pomku there. So that gives them a little bit of an advantage here. Churd did use their blizzard, but it doesn't look like anyone was froze from it. Red Knight now charging back into the fight, able to find Snop taken out as well. Caden out of the fight right now, but Koala King still currently sitting on top in the numbers category, and Cameron able to find Churd there just as their turret form was running out. Has gone into overtime right now. Beat coming out here from Scythe. They're just trying to clean up these stragglers coming out of spawn here from Geometric. Kaden swapping over to the Symmetra now, just trying to get back to point as fast as they can. Red Knight pops their Shatter. I believe they found one with it right there, but that's all they need to do there to fully complete King's Row. But if you're Geometric, you're at least saying we got them to overtime.
You're saying you got them to overtime. Unfortunately, I think what happened with Chur's Blizzard there is if you throw it at a certain angle, it can fall through the cracks. And I think that's what happened with Chur's Blizzard because I didn't see it. I think Chur threw it and it went into the cracks, like on the pavement area of, like on the edges of the pavement in third phase. You can lose your ult by just throwing it and it falls into a crack. I think that's what happened to Chur's Blizzard there. Unfortunate because Geo probably could have flipped that fight because Kaden didn't get as much value with his Blizzard.
Yeah, but you know, let's keep talking about these two teams here. And we talked about a little bit throughout King's Row right here. It seemed like Geometric was the team that was always willing to engage first, even being the defensive team throughout a lot of these team fights. You saw them invest ultimates first. You saw them go into team fights first, even as a defensive side. We saw the Koala Kings do it about twice, and one of the times that happened, it led to a team kill from them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they should keep doing, is going first. They can be a little bit more defensive because they're on defense now, but when you're the attacking team, you want to be the tempo setter, you want to be the one going first. And it seems like KK is trying to catch their aggression and throw it back at them, but it hasn't been working, so I think they should change up their game plan and go first, because Pomku has shown that he's insanely aggressive on the Rhine. If they can punish that, then they have more of an advantage over Geo.
Yeah, but not a shock from both these teams here, coming out with the exact same things they had last round, just flipped sides right now. But let's see who's able to win this initial team fight right here. Geometric had a great start last round here, and they already get the shield out from Red Knight there, but you immediately see Snop get out of the turret form, and now they're looking to try to go around the opposite side of the statue.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a ring around the rosy right now, but great wall from Kaden now.
Immortality field already coming out here by Ogun. Sure gets rid of it. Now Cameron gonna melt down the Geometric's Immortality field right now. However, Chill's going each way right now. Both tanks out, both Bastions out right now. It's pretty much a Mei and supports fight here on point for these two teams. Geometric does have a little bit of the advantage with spawn, so they'll be able to get back here a little bit faster. So that might flip this fight. And you already see the damage matrix here coming out from Yuno and Ogun. But a nice wall there by Churt blocks that damage matrix from being used by anyone on the Koala Kings. And now you see both tanks and both Bastions back in this fight. This has been a very prolonged team fight right now, because those Meis and those supports did a good job just keeping themselves alive. Beat coming out here from side. Bob so far away from a beat right there. That beat might have just won the Koala Kings this fight.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with Scythe. I think as a Lucy myself, in order to build beat and brawl, if you're on heal or in the mid fight more, you'll build beat faster than the other Lucio. I think that's what got Scythe that beat. He also was doing a lot of damage and keeping the team up. But Koala Kings did have to invest heavily into that fight. So did Geo, but the big difference is Kaden had to invest in Blizzard. Geo did not.
Blizzard and Shatter comes out here from Geometric. You immediately see 4 get frozen on the Koala Kings. 3, 4, 5 already gone. It's a team kill for Geometric, and that'll be an easy first point cap here for them.
Yeah, and a little bit faster than KK's cap. Again, Geo just knowing their advantage, knowing what they can, knowing that they have been the team to set the tempo pretty much all series long. And KK, like I keep saying, they have to realize that Geo's going first and that they need to set tempo.
Shatter does come out there from Red Knight, only finds Snop, but they do confirm the kill there on the Snop. Now the Mortar Strike coming out from Cameron does not find anything other than the Immortality field for Geometric right now. But you see Koala Kings here being a little bit aggressive, pushing through arches to try to hold Geometric at the cart right now, but you may see him fall back. Geometric does have some ultimates to play with here. Snop and Bob do have their ultimates right now. They're about to have the damage reduction here from Yuno. I would kind of expect Snop here to probably pop his ultimate early, especially with the damage reduction here coming out from Ogun. But you just see Geometric walk straight in front of it. The beat now coming out from Bob, and you're just, like I said, seeing Geometric just hit the W key, walk past that damage matrix, and immediately, almost on the brink of another team kill here, they'll be able to find Ogun and get countered for their second team kill of this round.
Yeah, and the ad matrix a little late out from Ogun. As soon as the team's moving through Archway, you want to hit it immediately. He hit it a little when the team was like past Arch, because Archway, if you can hold them there, that's a great spot to hold them. They do have another recontest, but Geo has 3 ultimates coming up that can just deny them the point.
Yeah, I mean, Shurd's been holding on to this Mortar Strike here for a while. I mean, Snop has been holding on to this Mortar Strike here for a while. They're going to use it right now, and they're looking like they'll be focusing on... It was Red Knight there, but the Immortality Field keeps them alive. The Shatter does come out from Pomku there. We have seen that being a combo from them a lot so far this map. The Blizzard coming out from Caden there, not able to freeze anyone, but Red Knight able to Fire Strike Snop there to death. The beat now coming out from sight, and like you said, they're investing these ultimates early in team fights, and look how good it's working out for them.
Yeah, and also Cameron has switched to the Hanzo, a little bit more not as much shield, well, still more shield with that Storm Arrows, but a little bit more pick potential than the Bastion, because Hanzo's the RNG character in my opinion. You just have to shoot in a general direction, you'll hit somebody in the head. And he already almost has that Dragon Strike, which is a really good area denial. It can split a team up. If you split the Brawl, that's where Brawl starts to struggle. They thrive when they're together.
Yeah, but right now, coming back into this fight here, Sure does have that Blizzard ready. There's nothing at the moment ready for the Koala Kings, so we see the Blizzard come out. Fire, Dragon Strike, and Shatter ready for the Koala Kings, but we see Red Knight immediately taken out. Dragon's still up for Cameron. They might use them here to try to keep their team alive in this one here, and I believe they're going to be coming out here. Pomku, though, able to fight Caden. Dragons do come out from them, but the Geometric still able to push this cart at the moment. That damage range is on that high ground, taken out. Snop does take out Ogon, but we immediately see a trade of kills come right back out, all favoring Geometric. And now Red Knight coming back, immediately just gonna fall back. The charge coming out there for Pomku doesn't necessarily find them, and you immediately see Red Knight try to charge their way out of that fight and able to successfully.
Yeah, again, Cameron got that Dragon Strike super early when the team was still rotating through alleyway. You have to hit the go button on the Dragon. He waited way too long after two of his teammates failed to use it, and that pretty much cost them. I think if you use it a little bit earlier, then you win. But he does make up with that with a headshot under the Lucio.
Shatter does come out here from Red Knight, and look at that. It's a great Shatter. I don't think it found anyone, but just the aggressiveness that came out there from the Koala Kings was huge. Juno invested their damage matrix into that fight. It was never used once.
Yeah, but looking at Geometric, they have that Artillery Strike and Shatter, which they have shown. It's a great combo because Pumpkin is just getting Red Knight to swing with his shield down, and that's opening up the Shatter Artillery Strike combo. I wonder if they're going to catch on to that more, but Cameron has another headshot, and the Blizzard and the Shatter got blocked by Churd, his own teammate.
Actually, no, I believe the Shatter went through. It actually did hit Ogun. Here comes the Mortar Strike from Snop, able to find one with it. Iggly able to find Cameron. Caden holding on to this beat right now, still does have the beat coming out here. I mean, Cameron having, Caden having that Blizzard, still holding on to it. Iggly using the beat there to keep their team alive, even though they had already lost a couple members. Snop, though, able to find Caden, so there's no Blizzard left up right now for the Koala Kings, but it looks like Geometric is potentially thinking about slowing this down. However, with Pomku coming back in this fight, and the ultimates for Koala Kings right now, here comes the Dragons from Cameron, hitting that button a little bit early, but that's good for them. Look how it divides up everyone here on Geometric. Pomku divided away from everyone. The Shatter does come out from Red Knight, again gets blocked by Pomku there. The Blizzard now finally coming out from Caden, able to freeze two there. They're already able to find one. Juno falls before it, and Pomku eventually gets taken out. Another good team fight won here by the Koala Kings as we near a minute left to go.
Yeah, the Hanzo switch is paying off. Cameron has gotten the opening pick in both of the fight wins for KK. A little bit of a misplay there because even though Pomku's Shatter did go through, Churd blocked any follow-up with his wall.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about playing a maze sometimes, even if you have some great plays, an unfortunate wall could be the thing that ruins you right there, but already a good start here by the Koala Kings, taking 3 down, members of Geometric down with them. Sure, just looking to jump off the map to regroup with their team as you see Iggly running back to spawn for what is going to be coming into the final fight here potentially.
Yeah, and sure, it does have that Blizzard. However, Scythe has the beat. With Blizzard, you want to just get out of it and then pull beat, because pulling beat, if you're stuck in Blizzard and get frozen, you can actually get killed through that, but if you're out of it for a little bit and then pull it, you can sustain a little bit longer. There's the Blizzard from Churd, only catches Red Knight.
But they're going to be able to confirm the kill onto Red Knight there. That's a good pick for them. Gets rid of that shield there for Koala Kings. However, they need to deal with Cameron because Cameron's been doing a lot of damage from that high ground. Here comes the Dragon Strike from him. Immediately takes care of Iggly. Caden takes care of Pomku, but 2 kills from Snop. Immediately even things back out. Ogun able to win the Baptiste duel there on to Juno. Or yeah, and Cameron continues just to cause a lot of havoc right now. He'll find a final 2 kills in this map and give the win over to Koala Kings.
I think we're gonna be here for a while. Both these teams really evenly matched. That Hanzo from Cameron came in clutch a lot. Just getting the first pickoffs, just being the nightmare for the backline. In both the fights, he picked off either Igglybuff or Yuno, just being the pain of their existence. And I said Hanzo's RNG character, you have to watch your head. Well, not watch your head, just watch your positioning.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, Cameron making that swap over there to Hanzo, I feel like played a big difference in that last part of the map there. While you did talk about, you know, it's not as much shield break as the Bastion. It's more pick. It's more of a pick coming out from them right there, and it worked out very, very well for them, especially on that high ground. Even with Snob swapping over to the Cassidy there late, it seemed like Cameron just had control of that high ground there in the 3rd point of King's Row.
Yeah, the Bastion is more used to brute force and stuff, and I think KK was finding that they just weren't that good at it. I don't know, it doesn't look like they've practiced it, but the Hanzo swap was probably made by Cameron himself, and it worked out perfectly because Dragon Strike is a great ult into Brawl because you can force beat, immortality, positioning, and it pretty much just forces area denial as well.
Yeah, but with that being the end of the 2nd map, we're going to take a quick halftime break here and be right back with map 3 of this series. All right, welcome back to this one right now. Geometric and Koala Kings tied at 1 after 2 maps right now. We do know we will be going to Circuit Royale next here. But Nighthawk, what have you necessarily seen throughout these first 2 maps that we saw? It seemed like on the first map, Geometric figured it out a little bit faster than the Koala Kings, and Koala Kings made a couple swaps late on Kings Row that really put them over the edge there to make this a tied series going into half.
Yeah, at the very end, Kings Row, Koala looked like they realized that Geo was playing over aggressive, being the team to go first. Pumpkin was really aggressive, and they were doing a better job at catching the aggression or getting first pick offs or having more pick potential. But this next map is all about pick potential. Being Circuit, since its release, it's been dominated by Sigma Double Sniper, which is where both teams have made subs. On the side of KK, Blitz has come in for Red Knight on tank, and I believe Titanic has come in on DPS on KK as well. And on the side of Geometric, you have Jerry coming in for Snap. You have Jerry. Wait, both banners are flipped. That's why you have Jerry coming in for Snap on the side of Geo, and then on the side of KK, Blitz is coming for Red Knight, and Titanic, I believe, is coming in for Caden.
Yeah, but as we head into Circuit Royale here, like you said, it's a very pick potential heavy map, and especially with these long sightlines here on the first point, I would not be surprised to see a Widowmaker come out, and it looks like we're actually gonna exactly see that here from Cameron coming out with the Widowmaker. Geometric though, and Pomku though, coming out with a Junker Queen, or at least teasing us with a Junker Queen pick.
With the comp that they are running, it could work with the Speed Lucio Kiriko and the Genji Ketsu. Also, I want to make my bad on my part. Titanic did come in for Cameron. However, he is in the spot of Ogun. Ogun is now on the Sojourn, and Titanic has come in for him on the Baptiste.
Very interesting swaps coming out here from the Koala Kings. But I mean, you talked to me about Blitz a little bit before this series started, not before we went live, saying that they were essentially a Sigma main. I don't think you went as far as saying a Sigma one trick, but you immediately see them playing Sigma here. What advantage does Sigma give the Koala Kings on this map?
A little bit more spam, a little bit more damage. However, he struggles up close. So what Geo wants to do is close the distance, like what they're doing right now. They have Blitz to just back the heck out of there. If you can create distance as a Sigma, you're in the advantage.
Yeah, but Pomku already able to find Ogun out there on that Soldier now. And Geometric here gonna try to find a follow-up kill onto anyone. Jerry almost gets taken out right there, but able to dash away to keeping themselves alive. Ogun has respawned. We'll get back in this fight, but Geometric getting to a good choke point right now for Koala Kings to try to hold them here for a little bit.
Yeah, and Junker Queen, you pretty much have to be fast. You have to get on top of them. If anybody watched Bronze Banner last Saturday, Wooly even said that in order for Geo to beat KK on this comp, they have to play faster than KK wants them to play, and that's exactly what Geo is doing. It looks like they have especially on this comp, knowing that Blitz is in for the Sigma.
Yeah, and you immediately see Blitz, the Sigma there, not necessarily working for them. Now they're swapping over to a Ramatra instead. I like the pick. I like the swap coming out here for them. Do you think it will necessarily really help them here on the second point?
If they can slow down or prevent an insta pick from Geo, because Geo's just playing for insta picks with that Junker Queen and Genji. And Junker Queen just does not do well in a long drawn out fight. They want the fights to end fast, and Ramatra does slow down the fight to an extent with his slow and Nemesis form.
Yeah, but right now, Koala Kings continue to push this cart, and Geometric not necessarily stopping them. The Blade was ready for Jerry there, but they immediately get taken out. Yuno, though, investing the Casino Rush into this, and there goes the Rampage from Pomku there. Ogun, though, does find Shirt. Everything going Koala Kings here at the moment, even with Geometric using a lot of ultimates in this one. Pomku following High Noon coming out from Cameron, doesn't necessarily find anyone, but that does force Geometric back here a little bit, especially with Iggly Bop there falling. You're immediately going to see them probably fall back and try to regroup.
Yeah, and Pomku instantly switching to the Reinhardt, just knowing that the Junker Queen will not work in this comp because the Koala has slowed down the pace. A little bit of a misplay. Scythe Transcendence does not heal through anti-effect, but because he trans the Rampage, but still, it can work here because if you can spam down Ryan enough, he's not really that good at that range whatsoever.
Here comes a blade from Jerry, though. Ogon popped their overclock as well. They lose that one there, but their team picking up the slack for them as Koala King's currently up in this battle right now, 3-2, and you see everyone else on Geometric try to fall back right now. Iggity Bob, though, just gonna sacrifice himself there on card. I don't know if that was the right thing to do for them there, but I mean, at least it means they're gonna be respawning with their team and they're gonna be coming back in this next fight as a whole unit.
Yeah, and playing Reinhardt in this map usually is a death sentence just because by the time you're up on the high ground, your shield's gone. Especially with how much spam Koala Kings has. That's exactly what they're playing for. It's just a shred Pomku shield, so when the engage happens, he has no protection whatsoever. Plus, Blitz has the Annihilation, which back in the last season was probably one of the most unfair ultimates in the game.
Sure, popped their high noon there, but didn't find anyone. Now here comes the Annihilation, already taking care of Pomku there, and you immediately see them just holding that W key, walking in the more. A lot of damage there put on a Jerry Cam and able to take them out. And again, Koala Kings, ever since giving up this first point, have really solidified this defense.
Yeah, and so much for that. Pomku has switched to the Sigma. Geo looks like a little bit thrown, like they weren't expecting Blitz to be on the Ramatra, but here's the problem with Sigma and Ramatra. All of Sigma's cooldowns don't negate Ramatra's Nemesis form to any extent.
I mean, they're gonna have to do something here. Still 2 minutes for Geometric. The damage matrix already comes out there from Titanic, and you immediately see everyone on Geometric just use their abilities to get out of there. And look at that, the boulder does come out, but the Nemesis form just kind of negates it right there. Pomku here almost following the Immortality Field having to be used. Now here comes the Kasumi Rush from Geometric. They are desperately trying to at least find someone, but the Transcendence coming out from Scythe immediately will cancel any of that out. Blitz, Titanic taking care of two members of Geometric. Down goes a third. A fourth soon follows, and a fifth will be right around the corner for a team kill.
I honestly think if Geo wants like a chance at like getting second point, the way to beat Ramatra is usually to mirror the Ramatra. However, KK is running the Ramatra with like such high damage output that Geo's having a heck of a time actually getting, because when the card is stalled is where attackers struggle.
Yeah, but right now Pomku does have this Flux ready to go. However, I'm looking at some of the ultimates on the side of Koala Kings here. You might accidentally be helping them out here if you grab a certain specific characters here, right here. But here comes the Flux, the high noon immediately goes up in the air. They won't find anything with it there. That was the one character I thought they would not want to Flux there, especially with that high noon, but it does not come back to hurt them. Now the overclock coming out here from Ogun. They're gonna desperately be looking for anyone they find. Pomku out here early. The blade now being forced out here by Jerry, but they immediately die, and everything going the way of the Koala Kings here. Geometric needs to make some changes here, but there's 40 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and KK has that Annihilation and the Amp Matrix, both high damage output. Geo invested in most of their else besides the overclock and the Amp Matrix as well, but you can see why teams struggle attacking this angle as Pomku is chunked down to half health just before even an engage happens.
Now here comes the Annihilation here from Blitz, but they maybe flew a little bit too close to the sun there. They get taken out, and this is Geometric's best chance here to push this cart. You immediately see everyone on the Koala Kings fall back. Here comes the overclock from Chert. Pomku able to find Ogun right now, and Geometric doing a good job here just finding the kill. They need Scythe balls as well, and Geometric might be able to get this cart to the second point. You're going to see Blitz come back out, probably contest here as long as with those other members of Koala Kings, but the damage just comes out here from Geometric. Already two taken out. The Immortality Field's down out. Titanic taken out there by Pomku, and Geometric, a very, very, very poor second point there, but they're still able to cap the map, or cap the point.
I will say that KK probably would have held that if Blitz didn't get overexcited and drop into the whole team with no support with his Annihilation, because there's a timer on it now. It only lasts for 20 seconds, and so blocking just won't work anymore. So Blitz is back onto the Sigma in the mirrors, which is probably what they wanted in the first place, but just Blitz having to play the Ramatra to force him off the Junker Queen was probably the best decision they could do at that point.
Though, does have their Kasumi Rush ready to go. Both supports for the Koala Kings do have their supports ultimates up and ready to go. Pomku does have the flux ready to go. I didn't necessarily find a lot of value last time, but it could change this time. However, Geometric just getting a lot of free space on this cart. The Koala Kings are really allowing them to get all this free space as they want to try to control the high ground at the moment. Here comes the damage from Titanic, the Consuming Rush coming out from Yuno. Here comes the Flux, the Transcendence coming out from Sight. So every ultimate that was on the board gets used in about the span of 5 seconds there. However, Jerry does have that blade ready to go. Churd able to find Blitz here. Here comes the blade, knowing that there's no one there that can stop it. Already 2, 3 taken down here for the Koala Kings. Jerry finds a 4th, make it a 5th as well for a team kill.
Yeah, and now KK has to go into stall mode. They have gotten snowballed basically through. 1.5 seconds left on the board for Geo. The site did not touch in time.
An unfortunate thing there. I wouldn't call it a C9 that time, at least. I would not. But,
No.
that time on the clock really does help out Geometric here, especially if they're able to force the Koala Kings into an overtime.
Yeah, and the full cap probably should have never happened. It all came down to a misplay from Blitz on second, getting over excited and jumping in with his annihilation, probably trying to end the fight before it even began. If he had just waited a little bit longer, because there wasn't that much time left on the clock, he could have pulled annihilation overtime, which at that point Geo has 2 choices: leave and lose, or die and lose.
But now we see him come out again here on defense. Geometric, though, still going to stick with the Junker Queen. I don't know if that's the right play for defense, but Koala King's coming out with exactly the same way they started on defense as well, but this time on offense.
Yeah, and it looks like they're reading that Blitz is probably going to come out on the Sigma again. And the way you play Junker Queen on circuit, which I actually have done this before, is you hold in that bottom room, because every team's going to expect the other enemy team to hold the high ground. In any spawn camping type of comp, you hold in that bottom room and just rush as soon as the carts by that main doorway. I don't think KK is going to expect this at all.
No, and you immediately see it with Blitz throwing out that shield all the way past that first door. They're not expecting this. And you immediately see, I believe that was Ogun or Titanic walk straight in there. However, it's Ogun and Sice picking up the first kills of this round. Jerry able to find one, but a nice headshot coming out there from Cameron, able to really help their team confirm a kill there. And just a fast team wipe coming out here from the Koala Kings.
Yeah, and you can see Geometric immediately switching to the Sigma comp. A little bit of misplay there. I think that Geo wanted to attack the rear side of the formation of KK, but Titanic just kind of walked in there and found them by accident, in my opinion, and that led to that whole entire mess.
Yeah, but right now Koala King's on a good pace. Geometric able to get back out to this car right now to contest it for a little bit. And a nice play there by Pomku, able to find Scythe out early. And then Churd finds Cameron. You already see the Koala King starting to hold that backwards button right now as a lot of them start to fall back here just to try to make sure they're not feeding into it. But Ogun able to find Churd there, maybe keeps them in this fight for a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. Church have a little bit longer run back than Cameron and Scythe. However, Blitz is already taking a beating up front with that from that Discord order from Yuno.
Yeah, but right now, again, it's just a fight on the cart. Cameron now trying to find a couple shots here, swapping off the Widowmaker, now going to the Cassie instead. They're able to find Pomku out. Ogun finds Churd, everything going the way to Koala Kings. Ogun finds a 3rd there. Blitz finds the 4th. Here comes yet another team kill for the Koala Kings just this round.
Yeah, and I asked, there's a reason. This is Geo's map selection as well, so they know that KK likes to play the SIG comp on like Escort or like any long range map, but it's looking like it's kind of backfiring at them because KK is looking pretty strong with their pick potential with Ogun, their flux support of all things, on that Hanzo.
Yeah, but at the moment right now, this second point was very, very clutch and big for the Koala Kings. Geometric needs to have a better one than what the Koala Kings had. And now, however, you already see Blitz finding Yuno out, but Pomku finds one right back. Pomku then immediately gets traded back out there by Ogun. Transcendence coming out here from Scythe. There must have been some communication that was going on there that kind of necessitated that, but I don't necessarily see why they popped the Transcendence there.
Titanic probably was LOS from Blitz, and Blitz was getting a little bit low, and the alt tracking was probably that Jerry had Blade, so they might have expected the Blade to come out. A pause has been called. However, I do want to point out that that fight looked winnable for Geo because, unseen to us, Blitz's Flux got canceled by an insanely accurate accretion from Pomku.
I love when that happens. You hate when it happens to yourself there, but you just have to admit that's a really good play coming out from the enemy Sigma there if they're able to correctly predict where you're going to be throwing that boulder. But it looks like we're going to be getting back into gameplay here. I don't necessarily know what the pause was for, but we're right back into the action.
Yeah, and looking at Geo's side, they have that Blade. Scythe's little misusage of that Transcendence could cost them here, but Cameron just puts a bullet in his skull.
Cameron just told Jerry to sit down there. Cherd, though, finds one. Then Pomku finds a second. Transcendence now coming out from Yuno here. And again, same situation where I don't necessarily think the Transcendence was necessarily needed there. And also, Iggy did pop their damage matrix as well. So did Titanic. So really no support ultimates on the board. And no, actually, hell, really the only ultimate ready right now is Cherd's Overclock.
Yeah, both teams just a little bit of misusage from both teams on the side of with the Transcendences. You really want to use them either defensively but I think Yuno is using his to push forward ahead of that Ant Matrix just to give his teams a little bit more of an edge because Titanic did pop that Ant Matrix, so you don't really want to be running headfirst and all that damage with nothing backing you up.
Overclock being used here by Cherd. Not going to find anyone with it. I don't think they actually ever landed a shot either there with it. But right now, again, just a very scrappy team fight on point. Pomku here popping their Flux. There's nothing that can cancel this out from the Koala Kings. The stick, though, coming out on him, gets him very low, uses that grasp here to eat up as much damage as he can. Still, no one fallen yet in this fight until I say those words, then Blitz falls. Yuno falls right after that. So maybe the advantage is in the favor of the Koala Kings here since Geometry does not have one of their supports, but Pomku able to flip that advantage back to them right there, finding Cameron. Jerry getting a little bit aggressive here, able to find Ogun, but Scythe punches that aggression there by taking care of themselves.
Yeah, and they're trying to go after Pomku is very low too, 8 HP, but he still has his BAP up. But again, with a little bit of, I think KK and both you have shown that they're willing to try to flip lost fights by committing more and more until the fights until they're all dead, which is not really has been working for either side. But Blitz is coming up on that Sigma ult, and Yuno doesn't have the Transcendence up yet to cancel it.
Dueling damage measures come out here from both sides. Blitz, though, able to find Cherd there. That's a great pick for the Koala Kings to get stuff started here, but Iggy comes right back and finds Ogun, kind of evening it out. Both teams missing one of their DPS at the moment. Another Flux coming out here from Pomku. I believe it only captured one there, but not able to find a kill off it. Blitz does have that ultimate ready to go. Actually, hell, look at the Koala Kings. 4 ultimates ready to go. Here comes 2 from the Dragons and the Flux coming out. The Dragons actually coming back out from spawn. The Flux able to find, High Noon now coming out from Cameron. It does force out the Transcendence. Actually, no, it's Scythe forcing out the Transcendence there. Again, that was probably just to keep Cameron alive, and it looks like it works wonders for them as they win that team fight handily, and that'll probably also get them this point.
Yeah, Cameron have just kind of been the main existence for Jerry. If people don't know, you do have damage reduction while you're casting Deadeye, so it takes about 3 slashes of a Dragon Blade to kill a cast the Deadeye animation. And so Cameron's just using it to basically force Jerry back or commit and die to the Deadeye.
Blitz, though, able to find Jerry here. The Geometric playing this last point a little bit different than what the Koala Kings did. Koala Kings allowed Geometric to have a lot of free space. Looks like Geometric doesn't want to allow them to have the same amount of free space as they are pushing up a little bit, but you do see some of their team now on that high ground where Koala Kings tried to hold it for a long time. So it looks like they're going to allow Koala Kings to have the same amount of free space that they allowed them to have.
Yeah, and just looking like since Geo wasn't in the spot already, they pretty much have given that to KK. KK is getting free card push as well because Geo is trying to contest this high ground where the rest of KK is at.
Damage vision here coming out from Iggy. You're immediately seeing. I would expect to see the Koala Kings fall off this high ground here, but they bring out their own damage matrix. The Transcendence coming out from Yuno. They can't do that on the Koala Kings right now, and you immediately see all the kills go in the way of Geometric, but this card is in its final home stretch. There's still over 60 seconds left to go. Geometric does have it in a really good spot for them here to try to hold this for as long as they possibly can, and they have some ultimates to play with as well.
Yeah, they got the Overclock and Flux. However, on KK's side, they have the combo of the Flux Dragon. if used right, it can end the fight. And Igglybuff don't have anything. Doesn't have the trank to counter it. Igglybuff only has the immortality field, which only lasts for so long, especially in Overwatch 2. It lasts for about like 2 seconds or less.
Yeah, but you immediately see Ogun here walking around this corner right now. They do have the Dragon ready to go. Like you said, Blitz does have the Flux ready to go. I imagine this would look like a good spot to use it. Here comes the Flux from Blitz and the Flux from Pomku here. The Dragon's coming out from Ogun, trying to put him into a very dangerous spot, and they're able to do that, but it seemed like everyone on Geometric will be able to kind of sidestep right there, but falls for Geometric. Churd falls as well. They did use their overclock in that team fight there, but didn't find anything. Now Dragon's coming out here from Jerry, who swapped over to the Hanzo, goes up there, just kind of tries to disrupt their team a little bit. Koala Kings now on cart, but they might have played this a little bit too slow here. It's going to go into overtime. Geometric, even if they end up not finding a way to end this map, Koala Kings still might force an overtime here, though.
Yeah, but it's only Blitz alone on the card. Just a little bit of misplay from KK, and just like they were so split up and it was so chaotic. Pumku just kind of had like an off angle, which is uncontested the whole time, and yeah, this map is going the way of Geo. Just a little bit of a misplay in that final area for KK.
Yeah, like they had everyone on Geometric on that high ground when the Flux and the Dragons came out. I'm surprised that everyone on Koala Kings stayed up there to try to fight a fight when someone should have been going to the cart. Just start to push it, try to get someone once they came back down to earth from that Flux. Try to get them to split up a little bit and go to the cart instead.
Yeah, and KK are probably kicking themselves because they could have ended this map on second point. However, it just again came down to that little misplay from Blitz on that Ramattra that ended up costing KK this map.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Like they were in a very, very good spot. About 20 seconds left to go. That Ramattra ult could pretty much win you a team fight, and at that point right there, it wins them this map. Like you probably see that entire second round there played out a lot differently by both Geometric and the Koala Kings if the Koala Kings are able to stop Geometric pushing that cart to the second point.
Yeah, and Ramattra's annihilation, as long as the tethers or nanoswarm is attached to players, it lasts. It's still going to be up, and it's a really great overtime ult because in overtime you have to touch the cart. With Ramattra's ult, you're pretty much denying that, and then Geo again is left with the choice. If there was an overtime with that ult up, Geo's left with the choice of touch and die, probably because of all that damage, or back off and you're gonna C9.
Yeah, and I mean that was a really close map, but again, I feel like this is the first time all series we can really say some of the little mistakes start to just snowball into just big mistakes for one of these teams. And Koala Kings, it's unfortunate that happened to them because honestly they probably had the better defense hold than they had the better defensive round than both these teams on this map, but just the little mistakes coming out for them really hurt them this time.
Yeah, and it's still not over for KK. They can come back. They have already won one map, so they have proven that they can go toe to toe with Geo. And the next map mode is Push, and of the selection, KK has elected to take us to Esperanza.
Yeah, Esperanza is not necessarily, honestly, with how they've been playing and what they played last map, I feel like Esperanza is actually a good pick for them. I know this map can work really well with a Ramattra, and they really did make that Ramattra work very good for them on Circuit Royale. Just, again, it's just the small mistakes they made. They just need to try to fix those mistakes here going into this one, because right now backs are against the wall for them. They can't lose another map this series, and they have to win the next 2 in a row to stay perfect on the season.
Yeah, and looking at the lineup, both lineups have stayed the same. Sigma, I would not even attempt to play Sigma on Push. Just don't do it. It's not gonna work unless you're insanely talented at catching aggression. So I would expect that if Blitz is still remaining in, which it looks like he is, that we'll probably see a Ramattra come out from him.
Yeah, and I like I said, I feel like this map plays good into a Ramattra. I would imagine we could also see a Rhine come out, maybe even an Orisa. I feel like I've seen a lot of Orisa played on this map, but at the same time, I don't know if it's just because I'm terrible at the game is why I'm seeing Orisa. or if it's just maybe they're good on just this map. But what do you necessarily think we're going to see tank-wise and maybe just all comp-wise? Because we saw a lot of Widowmaker and Cassie that last map. Do you think we're going to see that again this map?
I would say Cassie is a little more common on push. Widowmaker, I wouldn't say that. There's not that many sight lines. Geo did run that Junker Queen comp, and actually, if you're going to play Junker Queen, the place to play it is push, because Junker Queen's a tempo character, push is a tempo map. You set the tempo with JQ, you pretty much win. I wouldn't be surprised if Pomku comes on the Junker Queen, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes on the Reinhardt, because he has shown that he's really good at the Reinhardt as well, which what I don't know what KK is up to, but we'll see what this comp is going to do.
I'll give them the chance. I'll give them the chance to cook here. They might just also be teasing us with this pick. I don't think necessarily.
Pharmacy, Doomfist, Tracer's Kiriko.
It feels like this comp more plays into what Koala is trying to plays more into potentially having a ball as their tank, but looks like they're going to come out with the Doomfist instead.
Yeah, and it's going to be up to Snop to actually contest Ogun in the air, because he's the only hit scan. And basically what this comp wants to do is disjoint, is like to split up the Brawl, because if Brawl is not together, it won't work. However, Jerry is still on that Genji, so a kind of a weird pick in a Brawl comp with a dive DPS.
Hey, if they can make it work, they can make it work. And looks like their first target here is Blitz, already incredibly low. Ogun able to find Snop though, but Jerry immediately comes back and finds Blitz to kind of even stuff out. Then Ogun falls out of the sky there due to Iggledy Bop there. And you see Pomku here get incredibly low. Both supports now, or one support down now for the Koala Kings. Make it both supports down for the Koala Kings. And right now, it's just Cameron here on this Tracer. Pomku, though, will be able to find them eventually. And now Geometric get to take control of the bot and start pushing the shield.
Yeah, and I want to also mention that some of the players on either side did have to leave. So I'm suspecting that's why Ogun's on the Pharah, because Kaden is not here anymore, or or something along those lines. But I think KK, if they want to have a chance here, they pretty much have to basically just take the angles. They have to split the Brawl up, just cause chaos, because Brawl does not thrive when everything is all over the place.
Yeah, you see Cameron does have that pulse bomb ready to go. Throws it there, able to find Iggledy Bop on that high ground. That gives them a big advantage here, especially with Pomku falling as well. Koala Kings might be able to get back into this one here a little bit, especially as they find Snop. Snop and Ogun actually trade out there. Ogun able to get res there by the mercy of Scythe, and a good kind of regain of composure there from the Koala Kings to retake control of the bot and now to finally start pushing this barrier.
Yeah, and the good thing was no forward spawn for either side yet. Usually the team that casts forward spawn first wins. However, this map in Esperanza is like one of the push maps that you can easily flip. Sorry, Rem, I'm gonna have to bring you up again because you've done it twice, giving about 100-meter lead.
Yeah, but here comes the Kasuni rush out from Geometric. The barrage coming out from Ogun, not going to find anyone. Blitz immediately after, able to find Jerry. Now the Kasuni rush for the Koala Kings comes out there into a very, very dangerous spot. However, it is Ogun finding Kompu there. Snop falls as well for Geometric. Down goes Yuno, and Koala Kings will be able to push this barrier into the lead, and it might also be to that first initial butt scratch point.
Yeah, Pomku already switching over to the Junker Queen. Ryan doesn't really do that much into this comp, but neither does Junker Queen, because there's really no way to go after. And also, one of the worst things you can do against Doomfist is go into a small room, and that's exactly what Geometric did that last fight.
Jerry does have this blade ready to go here. It looks like they're planning I thought they were going to pop it off there, but Ogun finds Jerry out of here early. Meteor Strike coming out from Blitz, and looks like they're going immediately after Snop there. The beat does come out from Iggledy Bop to keep them alive. They are able to find Ogun there on the high noon, but Cameron just popping in a lot of damage. Snop able to find Sight there with the grenade. The stick coming out there, but I believe the Suzu able to keep them alive. Trades going each way, but at the moment, I think it's just Titanic on the point for the Koala Kings. Actually, no, Blitz is still there. Cameron able to find Yuno, Titanic out, Blitz out as well there for the Koala Kings. Geometric taking control of the bot again, but the Koala Kings still do have that forward spawn.
Yeah, they just activated it a little late on the engage from Pomku and Iggledy Bop to actually get the point. And Ogun already has another barrage up. Blitz is nearing that Meteor Strike. It's going to be up to Snop to shut down Ogun again and again, because he's the only presence on the field on the side of Geo that can actually do anything against that Pharah.
Yeah, but right now, they haven't reset forward spawns. Actually, no, they have reset forward spawns right now. But you just see right now, Cameron able to find Snop there. The Blade finally come out here from Jared. They want to try to focus here on the site. They're able to do that. And they find Ogun, who was barraging there. And they find Titanic. That immediately flips this fight in favor of Geometric, but they just need to get rid of Cameron, who has done a good job just being a nuisance to this Geometric team at the moment. Pumpku able to finally just shove a knife in their throat to end that team fight. They might get to this first butt scratch point and give themselves the forward spawn, but the Koala Kings are going to be right around the corner for another quick engagement.
Yeah, it's up to Blitz to touch here. I think he might get, they're not going to give the lead up yet, unless Yuno has something to say with it, because he already has activated that Kitsune Rush. Rampage out. Oh, big cancel from Blitz, though.
Big, but Blitz still affected by it right there, but able to have the effects wear off. And look at that, Ogun able to find Pumpku, Yuno, Iggy Bop taken out. So is Jerry. Now they're looking for one more just to get the team kill. All they have to do is take care of Snop, and they're able just to do that team kill for Koala Kings and the regain control of the bot.
Yeah, and KK is just playing this comp like you should, just creating chaos, just jointing the enemy team, just making sure they're not together. Snop is on the Tracer now, so any threat to Ogun, gone.
Cameron able to find the pulse bomb there on the journey to get everything started here, really before a team fight even breaks out. You're gonna see Geometric force a team fight out here. The beat being invested by Iggy Bop here. Casino Rush being used by Titanic as well. Snop uses their own pulse bomb, not able to find a kill with that one, but Ogun finds, now they have their sight set on Iggy Bop's sight, though, actually able to find the Lucio there. And now again, Koala Kings just looking to pretty much clean up this team fight. Sight does fall, but they should potentially be able and might get lucky enough to have that forward spot.
Yeah, still really not clean, I'll that, but I think if they just can pick Jerry, or at least like get rid of the remaining members. But Geo does have the spawns coming in, and Cameron and Blitz are the only two remaining members left from that whole entire mess.
Jerry, though, able to find Blitz, and that kind of hurts the Koala Kings into this one. This is kind of something that they're going to have to stagger out a little bit here. But you look at the Koala Kings, they're going to come into this next engagement. 3 ultimates ready, both of their DPS ultimates, who they have found a lot of success from already this map, are on the board.
Yeah, Ogun just has to be careful, or he chunked down to half there. If Cameron gets a big pulse bomb pick here, that should flip the momentum. It misses. But, oh no, that's not good.
Barrage coming out. It is damage boosted. They're able to find Yuno. The Suzu did just enough to try to keep most of the Geometric alive there. They immediately find Pumpku right after Koala Kings now back in control of the bot. Some members of Geometric here just going to try to contest this as long as they can. Titanic, though, able to find Snop there. And it might just be smart here for Geometric, the surviving members, to try to escape. And at the moment, that's just Jerry as Iggy Bop there falls.
Yeah, and if they can stagger Jerry, that would be a big stagger, because it's going to be hard for him to get. He's trying to get back, but the rest of KK is hot on his tail.
Yeah, but it looks like the rest of Geometric able to get back out here. And you look at this now, Koala Kings, again, pushing that barrier, extending their lead now to 9 meters. Casino Rush coming out here from Geometric. The meter strike coming out from Blitz. Blade coming out from Jerry, immediately able to find one. Finds a second one as well. Pumpku able to find a third one. They're on to Cameron. Now they need to try to clean up the stragglers here. It's just Titanic and Blitz right now. Titanic falls there. Blitz, last one left alive. They do have that knife get stuck in there by Pumpku, and Pumpku able to take him out there. However, Koala King should be able to get back to the bot before Geometric gets to that first point.
Yeah, Cameron should be able to tag it. The tank does have that Kitsune Rush, however, Geo has 3 ults still. This is going to be a test to see if Ogun can get any picks during the fight, because they really need pickoffs in order to win the fight, in order to get some of these ultimates coming out.
Pulse Bomb comes out, beat comes out here from Geometric, then the ultimate from Pumpku there, but it's still fight going on point right now. Ogun just raining in a lot of damage, able to find snipes. No pharmacy combo left alive for them. No Pharah left in that combo as well. This is a great looking fight here for Geometric. They need to try to find a couple picks here. Blitz is probably the person they need to be focusing on next, because they can stall so long on the card. And you see it right now. 3 members, actually 4 or 5 members of Geometric focusing just on them. And with that kill right there, that will give Geometric the lead.
Yeah, and both teams coming in, Geo had used to use all their ults, however, but KK does have almost 4 coming in here. Cameron has been pretty efficient with these pulse pump picks, so look for him to get another big pick. If Gio want a chance at winning or like extend their lead, they have to either get Ogun or Scythe out of the sky immediately.
But look at that, the barrage comes out from Ogun and immediately gets taken out. Pulse Bomb comes out there from Cameron, finds Oogity Bob. Jerry does find Scythe, but they are able to res Ogun back in this one. Pumpku able to take out or Ogun there, but after that, it's all Koala Kings here at the moment. There are still a couple members of Geometric around the point, but you do see Yuno there incredibly low, has to use a Suzu to keep themselves alive. But right now, I love what Geometric is doing. They were just stalling out that bot as long as they can. There's less than 30 seconds left to go now. We're definitely going into overtime, and they have almost a 20-meter lead.
Almost a 20-meter lead, however, this can be flipped. Blitz has that meteor strike, the only ult online for KK. Gio has Jerry's nearing a Dragon Blade, Snuff has that pulse, and Yuno does have the Kitsune Rush. So, if there's a time for Gio to seal the win here, it's now.
Yeah, but here comes the Kitsune Rush from Yuno. Blitz does have this meteor strike. Snop already finds Scythe, so Geometric looking great. Yuno finds Cameron, and it's all going the Geometric way right now. They're looking to find one more. They find Titanic. Blitz does use that meteor strike, doesn't find anything. Ogun taken out. It's gone in overtime, but it's just Blitz right there. They're not able to get back to the cart or bot in time. Geometric here will take push, and then with that result, they take the overall series as well.
Yeah, you know, both teams pretty even on all the maps, but I think KK, if they had just not made that mistake on circuit, they'd be up one. They'd be up one map, or at least going into map 5 here. But Gio takes the win here. Just really, KK need to go back to the drawing board. They didn't really look prepared for what Gio brought to the board at all.
And I don't necessarily think that. I think they were very prepared for what Geometric brought to this fight here. Every team fight, every map was really insanely close. I just think you hit the nail on the head there with what you said to start off there. It was just the mistakes on Circuit Royale that allowed Geometric to be at this point right now. As you see the records, like, it was close on every map. Ilios, yeah, it was 2-0 in favor of Geometric, but that was a very, very close 2-0.
Yeah, Kings Row went the way of KK with Karen switching on the Hanzo with a lot of the picks. Circuit Royale, very, very close. Very, very close. KK held second for a very long time. I think Gio going into that second phase had about 5 minutes on the board, and they held them down to like overtime. So just a couple mistakes on circuit. If the team gains momentum, it's really hard to shift it, and that Gio had a lot of momentum going into Esperanza, and it showed that Gio knew how KK played, knew what to do, how to outpace them. Everything was perfect from Geometric, and it shows that they're mad from the last season loss, and they're probably one of the top contenders for winning Harmony tier this season.
Yeah, and you have to remember, most of Geometric's lineup right now are members from that Koala Kings team last year. So it's in a weird scenario here. Like, you know, you could still say this Koala Kings team that won last year is still here. They're just not named the Koala Kings anymore. They're Geometric now. And still, like, I don't think this is a game that the Koala Kings should hang their head on, but it's just something you need to learn from, honestly, in my opinion. The few mistakes you had on Circuit Royale, we've talked about here in detail, is really where this entire series changed. If one of those mistakes doesn't happen on Circuit Royale, yeah, you guys I think they potentially win Circuit Royale, then it becomes Geometric's map select for push, and we could be looking at something completely different. We could be talking about potentially Koala Kings right now winning this series.
Yeah, and KK shouldn't hang their, like you said, KK shouldn't be down and out about this loss. It was a very close match, and I won't be surprised if these two teams meet again in later in the playoffs, or stage 2, really depending on which pool they end up. I don't think they're going to meet again in stage 2, so look for these two teams probably to clash again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to look very forward to that. I hope we get to see the rematch between these two teams, because honestly, I feel like it deserves another round in this one here. But that will do it for us tonight. Nighthawk, thank you so much for being my co-caster. You were great as always. Thank you to Hippie and Laggy behind the scenes producing and getting the views that everyone saw tonight. Make sure you follow Tranquility here on Twitch. There are more matches the rest of this week, especially tomorrow, where we'll be in the Transcendence tier as Nightmare Outlaws take on Oath. Same time starting tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's not going to be a game you want to miss. That is going to be an incredible game tomorrow. Nighthawk, anything else you want to say before we sign off for the night?
Yep, and on Thursday you have Wildcat Boys versus UV Rays, a great matchup between two teams that are brand new to Tranquility. And right after this, you have Silver Slander, a deep dive into Discord tier. And of course, Saturday will be Bronze Banter, which will be looking at Harmony tier. So a lot more content coming up this week for Tranquility.
Yeah, make sure you follow us, like I said, here on Twitch to be known whenever Tranquility goes live. But again, thank you to everyone who came out and watched this incredible series tonight. Geometric on top of Koala Kings, 3-1 from myself, Dex, Nighthawk, and everyone behind the scenes. Thank you all for coming out, and I hope you have a great night.